Now, I said another team that is focusing on draft positioning, or maybe not. I don't know. Next time I throw something in the trash can, I might say Jacoby, because Jacoby Walter, one of the craziest game winners, honestly, I've ever seen of a game where Raptors in Orlando, second of 2 games, beat the Magic the first time. Second time, they were focused on getting reps for the young guys. We'll put it that way. End of the game, Orlando Robinson was on the floor, Jacoby Walter on the floor, Jamal Shed on the floor. They got the young guys playing real minutes to get important reps for the future. RJ Barrett had a big game, but he didn't play much down the stretch, and Scotty Barnes didn't play much down the stretch because they want to focus on the young guys getting more reps and no other reason than that. That being said, here we are, the Raptors, I guess right now is time of recording, 20-42, 20 games left in the season. They are in a pretty advantageous spot in the Tankathon standings, could probably be in a better spot. But what do you think about balancing focusing on now and getting wins and, guys playing to win? We talked about this with guys playing for their jobs, but also the opportunity to add a Cooper Flagg or Dylan Harper or an Ace Bailey, names who we'll mention when we talk more March Madness, even though those 2 guys aren't playing. But for the Raptors, kind of prioritizing the future, but also the now.
I'm going to throw something out there, and this isn't just because this is NBA Soundsystem Canada and we have a big contingency of Canadian fans that listen, and maybe this is just manifesting for them out loud. The Raptors are going to end up with the number 1 pick. And you know why? It's because they're tanking ethically. They are tanking ethically,
sir.
Which could not be said for literally any other team that is at the bottom of the standings. The Jazz are sitting out like 24-year-old Walker Kessler for rest nights on island games that aren't back-to-backs. They have sat JC, Jordan Clarkson, Lauri Markkanen, and Colin Sexton for quote-unquote injury management on weeks that they have like 2 games. Like, these guys just straight up aren't playing. The Wizards took Jordan Poole off the injury report for a big tank matchup against the Jazz tonight. And then all of a sudden we're just like, oh wait, actually that was a mistake. We're adding him back. He has an elbow injury. Like, these teams are like they're watching what Cooper Flagg is doing at the NCAA level right now. And they are like, you know what? Actually, I don't think we want Jordan Poole to play tonight. We're pulling him. And like, I want to give a little bit of credit to the Hornets and the Pelicans, who, like, at least Charlotte is still playing LaMelo and Mark Williams on nights that it's not back-to-backs. Miles Bridges is out there every night. He's having a pretty damn strong finish to the season. The Pelicans, same deal with Zion Williamson. Like, they've obviously dealt with a ton of injuries. Zion plays when it's not back-to-backs, playing at an extremely high level. So they are also sort of ethically tanking. But I actually think that the Raptors have the most ethical tank job in the NBA so far this season, and I think they're going to be rewarded for it. I think they're going to get the number 1 pick because of it, because every night Scotty's going out there and competing. Jakob Poeltl, when he's healthy, he's going out there and competing. Grady Dick, before he got hurt, he's going out there and competing. They are taking these teams down to the wire, and it seems like they truly want to win the game, although, like, something happens to go wrong at the last second, usually, for them to lose. Jacoby Walter hits like a big game winner. That's a cool moment. That's a fun moment. Like, those are kind of the moments that it's like, all right, hey, we got some young guys that have some talent. We won a game. This is fun. Just like, don't do it too often because we're not trying to win games. But I do think that the Raptors are going to be rewarded for ethical tanking and end up with the number 1 pick and end up with Cooper Flagg because of it. You can bookmark that.
There we go, right there. March 5th, 2025. We are bookmarking it, we're clipping it, and when the draft lottery happens in May, we're going to come back to this moment and say we called it here first. I don't even know if they have futures and odds or whatever, wherever you do that thing, if you're into that thing. But if you want to put a little bit on the Raptors winning the first pick, you heard it here first. We are not responsible for your choices and decisions in that matter. But I have to say right now, Raptors 20-42. If the lottery were to be today, they'd have the 5th best odds, 10.5% chance to get number 1 overall pick and a 42% chance to pick in the top 4. So like those odds. And I will say, like, it was really cool watching that game. See Jacoby Walter again hit a very tough game winner, and then see Scotty Barnes carry him over his shoulder. That's definitely one way to put it. Scotty Barnes carrying him on his shoulder, pouring water on him. It is what it is. And I will say, last thing, Wizards and the Hornets, it was so funny. Cooper Flagg, first of all, is not going back to Durham next season. Let's just get it out of the way. He's not going back to college next year. It's kind of fun to think about, whatever. He's not going back to college. And again, we'll talk more about him when March Madness gets underway. The NCAA tournament is right on the horizon. that being said, it was so funny. I don't know if you saw this. It was talking about him coming back another year. And I saw a Hornets fan account said, "Look, we gonna be bad again, y'all.
I was just gonna bring that up.
we can run it back next year. Like, don't worry, we'll still be good. We'll still be bad." So whoever it is, we know Cooper Flag is going to be the number one pick. He is who we thought he was. It took a little bit of growing pains to get there. Such is the case for a guy who turns 18 like a month and a half into his first season of college basketball. Dude is good. We'll see more of him. Just hopefully not that long in the NCAA tournament. Yes, I'm hating way too hard.